Okay. Hello guys. Welcome to the Stanley parable. Hold on. I need to do stuff real quick. Okay. Okay. Hold on. I gotta do this whole thing. Okay. Full screen. Whoa. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Life. Alright. Alright. Hello. Welcome to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Now, I've never played this game before, but it was free for PS Plus for this month, and I wanted to play it, so this is gonna be a one-time stream. I'm only gonna stream this game once, so we're just gonna do as much as we can, and yeah. Okay, begin the game. Settings. Wait, let me change my photo view. Whoa, it's in the computer as well. I think that's funny. Okay, audio? No. Simplified controls? Everything's interact. No. Okay, let's just begin the game. Hello, Juan.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Jesus Christ. His voice is like...
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427
really?
And he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Oh, that's
Orders
awesome.
came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
Okay.
This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-crushing, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Let's go.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
I haven't streamed in like 2 weeks, so
he had been at his desk for nearly an hour
bro.
When he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi.
Maybe
never in
they
all
all
his
forgot
years
his
at the
birthday.
company had
Maybe he forgot his birthday.
This complete
maybe
isolation.
something bad
Something
happened.
was very clearly wrong.
Something bad happened.
Shocked, frozen
oh
solid,
no.
Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time.
Oh,
but as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, well, are you sure? I hate Mondays, okay. Can I just... Whoa, okay, here's the crouch. Oh. Awesome. Okay, I guess we stepped out of the office.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Oh,
Stanley
no.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No
matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Before we go do that, I think there's something... Hold on. There's one of these desks I can get on. Yeah, there we go. My friend told me about this. And then, boom, we fell out. We just die.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
Oh,
he then praised
yeah.
the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes.
Awesome.
So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
It's very
Why don't we
bright.
take a minute just to drink it all in?
I don't want to drink anything.
Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think?
Okay.
Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yeah. Are you sick of this gag?
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just restart the game any old time you want. Like, right now.
Can I?
You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. All of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate.
Okay.
I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game.
Never tell me how.
Just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Okay. Oh, there's music. Oh, that's so cool.
There once was a man named Stanley.
Oh my god, I don't want to hear him.
I
don't want to listen to him talk.
Manly.
No, I'm joking, I don't care.
But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was
this goes hard.
particularly gangly.
Gangly? What does that even mean?
He pushed them like some kind of glutton.
Glutton?
He did it all day in a meaningful way. but his brain had long ceased to function.
Why do you say it like that?
Lives an existence quite
My bad.
terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. You too will become quite unbearable.
Okay, can I go now? Okay, I'm gonna just restart. The end is never the end. The end is never the end. Okay. Okay. Well, let's actually do the game
All
right.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What
Stanley
could it
decided to
mean?
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I hear my cat. Hold on, I'm gonna let him in real quick. Hi, kitty. Oh, wait, I need to get these so he doesn't claw at them. Okay. Hey, man, what are you doing? Okay, let's continue. Wait, so what are we doing? Going over here. Open door. There's open doors all around. Oh.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Are you sure? Yeah, I did. Why? I don't like how it closed behind me. Can I open this? No. Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Meeting
Feeling a
schedule.
wave of disbelief, Stanley
Do
decided
not
to go
alter
up to his
without
boss's office, hoping he might
consulting
find an
whiteboard
answer
manager.
there.
Okay. Let it ball up. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. I was reading that. Using slides and necessary thing. Is it? Never mind. Broom closet. Oh. I can open it.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around
broom?
and got back on track.
Are you sure? What if I stayed in here?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Are you sure? Because I'm gonna be in here anyways. You're not gonna stop me.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet.
Okay, I'm bored.
He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
What if I went downstairs? Okay. No, I'm not going downstairs. I'm gonna follow what he tells me. I'm gonna do what he tells me. Hello? Whoa. But what the freak is that? No, the poor panda! No. Oh God. This is a tragedy. How could anyone do this to the poor panda? Executive bathroom? It's blue. Okay. Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss suffered losses, then that is what the boss chose. Yeah. Oh wait, no, wrong room. Wrong room. Hello, boss.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human
We're
life.
all alone,
Shocked,
guys. We're all
unraveled,
alone.
Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
What is it?
2845.
Thank you.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Are you sure? Well, I just figured it
But
out.
incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
It was.
Amazing.
It was luck. It was definitely luck.
Passageway.
Whoa. The heck is going on here? Okay. What happens if I went up? I don't even know what happens if I pushed up. There's so many things that we gotta like look at.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Whoa. My God. Jesus Christ. That can't be safe.
Stanley walked straight ahead through
Mind
the large
control
door that read
facility.
Mind Control Facility.
Okay. Guys. Guys. Hello, Wisconsin Bear. Okay.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Do I go over here? I'm gonna go over here, okay? Is that okay with y'all? I'm going over here. I don't care what anybody says. Oh.
Now the monitors jumped to life. Their true nature revealed.
How was 104
the
fired?
number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers, the lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Wait, what is his number? 745 or something? It's not here. Okay, we're gonna go over here. Well, I got nobody. Okay.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
What's up there?
Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Whoa. Go over here.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Oh.
But here was the proof, the heart of the operation.
Mind
Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another
so where's everyone else then?
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Oh yeah. You know it. We're gonna go over here. Wait, what's this button for? 3, 4, 5. Okay. Hi, kitty. My bad. Okay. What do we do?
When at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Hello, M and Jonathan Lenter. Do we do off? Jesus Christ. My God. What happened? Did we beat the game? Oh my God, we beat the game.
And a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
No, I'm joking. I don't know. Was it over? Was it? Oh, whoa.
He had won.
Oh, let's go.
He had defeated the machine.
Let's go.
Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Oh, yeah.
Even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone?
Oh, that's just light.
How had he been
Where's the light
freed
coming
from the
from?
machine's grasp? What
Have
other
he?
mysteries
Has
did
he?
this strange building
I guess
hold?
we'll never know.
But as sunlight streamed into the chamber,
Okay, this is
he
that's
realized
taking so
none
long.
of
That's
this
taking way
mattered
too
to
long.
him, for it was not knowledge or even
Why is it
power
going
that
down?
he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps
Oh,
his
yeah.
goal had not been to understand, but to let go.
We're free.
No longer would anyone tell him where to go,
free.
what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
Oh
And
yeah.
that was all he needed to know.
Oh yeah.
It was perhaps
Whoa, this place looks
the
so
only
pretty.
thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Well, hold on. You gotta wait.
Stanley
whoa, yeah.
felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation,
So pretty.
the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
Oh yeah.
And Stanley was happy.
Let's go. We brought him happiness. We brought Stanley happiness. Beat the game. I got a trophy for that. Complete this. Okay, thank you. Get your first trophy, bro. Nice. Okay, we're back here. Oh no, we gotta speedrun through the rest of the introduction part.
What could it mean?
What could
Stanley
it mean?
decided to go to the meeting room.
Yeah.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I know, gang. Thank you, gang. Okay, we're gonna do everything until we get to the room that says escape, because there's a room that says escape.
Door on his left.
Yes.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Oh no.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to... Oh no, oh no.
Well, not again.
Not again, I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room.
It's the best room in the game, in my opinion. It's the best one. Hello, Dwayne. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now we have to input the code in.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud.
Oh, it's not the right code. The code changed.
He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret pin number, 2845.
2845.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
I have to wait for him to say,
By simply
okay.
pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay, nice. Awesome, awesome. What's over here, though? Nothing. Okay, awesome. I can't see. Oh. Okay, here we go. Hello, Addie and ABCD 1 2 3 4 6 3 7 3 8 3. How are y'all today? Okay, it still cannot be safe.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay, I said we're gonna go over here, so we're gonna go over here. We're gonna go this way.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was
I wanna know
that at
what's
the
over
end
here.
of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
What? No, please. I don't
The
want to
door
meet my
behind him
violent
was not
death.
shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I don't wanna.
At this point,
I
Stanley
don't
was making a
wanna.
conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Heck yeah. Hello, piss drinker. What the heck? Okay. Oh yeah, we're gonna die. Oh my god. We're still falling? Whoa. Hey, we're not dead. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Oh yeah.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story.
What is the real? Oh, whoa, hey.
Of what this world is.
Hey, I don't like
his
that.
Death was of no great loss,
hey.
like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man.
Hey, don't do this to me, bro.
Accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
Yo.
Farewell,
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. No. Yo, chill out.
Farewell, Stanley.
What the heck? Who is
Stanley
this?
was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh, we actually did die. Whoa. Oh, did we? What's over here? Boxes. Who is this? Who is she, bruh? The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever.
Nuh-uh.
What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Whoa, what's this place?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
Oh, it's like a map.
Now?
The two doors.
Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit
corridor?
start?
What does that mean? The office layout? Oh, this is the office. And then we go over here and then we go through here. That's where the two doors are. Credits. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. As the narrator. Kevin Brighting. What about the other narrator? Her. She's cool. She seems awesome. She seems so nice. I love her. Okay. So where do we go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Button sounds. At the game. Okay. Whoa. So awesome sound design from Matthew Weimer. Maintenance room. An early version of the maintenance room. We get to look through the game. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up in a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was too far jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people would interpret it as making fun of the people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Cool. Hey, hold on, I'm gonna take my earrings out real quick. Okay. Now we shall continue on. Okay. The lounge, an early version of the lounge. The office. What's this? The apartment timer. Previous version of the choice leading up to the apartment ending. The timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Oh. What happens if I just do not? Oh, it just resets. The cargo lift. The second version is functionally... Oh. We haven't seen that yet. Okay. Meeting room. Levers. It's over here. Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one, released in May 2012. It features a series of broken rooms and the voice of the narrator informing viewers that he is repairing a new version of the Stanley Parable. Can we listen to it? That would be cool. That would be very swag. Hello, Jay. This game is now paused. Begin the game. We had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. awesome. Oh, wait, we already seen that. Okay. I think we were supposed to come here like way later on. From Wang Yang. How do you type with boxing gloves on, Ben? Okay. Yeah, okay, let's restart the game. Whoa.
All of his co-workers
Oh,
were
he's
gone.
back. Okay,
What
good.
did it mean?
Cool.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, now we're gonna go down the stairs. Hello to the other person who joined the live. We're gonna go down the stairs.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either.
Okay.
Feeling a wave
Okay, so
of
the last time
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
It's not cool, man. You can't do this to me. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
That's what you think, but unfortunately for you, I'm going downstairs. It's red. Creepy. What's down here? Hey, what's this? Okay.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
How did they get a car down
here? He considered the
here?
possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive
Wait,
economy,
no, that's not good.
why had
My
he
bad.
taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my
but it is okay,
coworkers
Stanley,
blinking
because we love you.
mysteriously
There's
out of
nothing wrong with being
existence in a
crazy.
single moment for no reason
We're
at
all
all.
just a bit silly
None of
sometimes.
it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations.
Like
For
what?
example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked
Oh
down?
my god, you're
Why did
right.
doors close
You can't see
automatically
your feet.
behind
Hello,
him wherever he went?
nameless.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
Oh my god.
He yelled.
I don't think he yelled
this.
this.
Dream.
He didn't yell it at all. Oh, it's like a loop.
Relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation.
Oh, no, it's not.
His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all.
Heck yeah.
He thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
No,
then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up.
That's awesome.
How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner.
And that is?
Why is there a voice in my head
dictating
everything that I'm
I'd like
doing
to know.
and
Hello,
thinking?
Frankenday.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts.
1, 2, 4, B, 1, 2,
and when he
B,
thought
4.
it all very odd and wondered if this voice
Very
spoke to
interesting,
all
very
people
silly.
in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life.
Bro.
Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley.
Really?
After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes
What if it's not a dream? How do
and he
you know?
invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the
I can
blanket on his
see it.
skin,
Oh, I can see the
press of the
game.
mattress on his back,
Whoa.
the fresh air of a world outside this
Whoa,
one.
can y'all see it?
Let me wake up.
I don't know. It's too dark for y'all.
I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want.
I low-key feel bad for Stanley.
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Stanley, are you okay? You okay, my guy? Okay, we're here. We're back. And then...
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real.
Now.
I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice?
Scary.
Who am I? Who am
Whoa.
And everything went black.
Dude, that would have been a fire like dubstep job. Hello, Josiah.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Who?
Mariella
this is not a story of a woman named Mariella. Hello.
Dressed, gathered her
very interesting name. I don't know what her name is. Whoa, who is this?
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself.
That's Stanley.
And then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
He's
and
dead?
She would soon turn to
he
go
died?
for an ambulance. For just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew.
Whoa.
Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she
you
thought
can't,
to herself how lucky she was to be normal.
Stereotype a crazy person based off their looks. There's nothing wrong with being crazy.
I know what is real and what isn't.
Then again, it's still just a game, so I can't really say anything.
And in a certain way, seeing this man made
hello,
her feel
Joseph.
better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Is she gonna run? Oh, no. I guess hello, Sonu. No. Hey, we're back here.
Someone was following Stanley.
What?
He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
I don't think so. What else? Okay, is there... hello, Mahito. Do I have to check the right door this time? Let's go the right door.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Stanley don't care at all. Stanley will do whatever he wants whenever he wants. Because Stanley is him, bro. Stanley is him. Okay.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Wait, you said that before.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
The first open door on his left? Okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. What's over here?
So he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Oh, nuh-uh. I didn't do that. We're gonna go down here. Stanley didn't get back on track. He went that way. Hello. I'm not gonna even try to pronounce his name, but hello.
Didn't want to go back to the office. He
hello,
wanted to wander
RJ.
about and get even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go.
He doesn't even know.
From here, it's
Hello, Nathan. Hello, Dandy. Oh, are you sure? Are you sure it's left? Okay. Let's go.
Oh no, it's to the right. My mistake.
Motherfucker. I don't like you, narrator.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Okay.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right.
Right, can you hurry up?
Okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Heck yeah, okay, let's go. Thank you. What's over here? Oh. I don't want to go this way.
No.
Oh wait,
this
no.
Isn't right
Wait,
at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler.
This is good.
Quick,
this
Stanley,
is
close
a
your
different
eyes.
place. This is we were looking up here earlier.
We just have to get back to oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
Please
and this
don't,
time,
bro.
suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
CCTV. Okay. Hello, Ari. Okay, let's go.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, well, let's go this way. That's peeing. I can hear him pee. My bad. Okay.
When Stanley... Wait.
Whoa, the doors aren't open.
What?
Wait, and there's more doors.
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story.
Yeah, how do you know?
It was right here just a minute ago.
Oh my god.
I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay then.
Narrator,
it's an
you
adventure.
slow.
Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
We can go any which way we want. Okay, we're gonna... Which way should we go? Okay. Can I go this way? Okay, wait, no. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay. Oh.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on.
I can
promise
care.
you, there definitely was a story here before. Do we just...
Do we need
to restart the game again?
No, bro.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Oh my god. I'm tired of him restarting the game. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I know. I want to get to the part with the baby, low-key. I think the part's funny.
Okay,
oh, there's no room.
I might be remembering this
no doors now. I'm gonna be right back, though. I'm gonna make me something to eat. I'm gonna make me some pizza. Never mind, I can't right now. I gotta... Whoa. I gotta wait like a minute because my dad's cooking food. Hello, BKDK for life, bitch. I'm not calling you a bitch, that's literally your name.
The story is back where we just came
but I'm
from.
back.
Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay. What did we miss?
Aha!
Whoa, it's different.
Something.
Heck yeah. I know everyone here just calls me BK. Okay, I'll just call you BK then. My bad.
No, wait, never mind.
Oh my god.
Story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Does he not know his own game? What the heck?
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think
yeah,
so.
I guess.
I can't quite
it is.
recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Nah, it was definitely in this wood cabin, man.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Let's go!
Congratulations!
Nah, bro, don't know the story for real.
Hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job.
Let's go.
Oh no, I don't
We
feel
won.
right about this at all.
Oh.
We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
Yeah, I
Some
did.
people win
I
fair
suffered
and
through
square,
40
and
minutes
this was not
of
one of those situations.
your nonsense to
Okay?
get to
I'm
this
getting
win,
weirded
and I'm very
out by
proud of
whatever
it.
this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Oh my god. Okay, we're restarting again. Thank you for the likes. Okay,
All right,
the Stanley
I've
Parable
got a
adventure
solution.
line.
This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
I like how there's a trademark. Okay, well, hey, this is different. Okay, well, let's follow the line. Yeah, he had to repeat your story over 3 more times. For real! And he's not even, like,
See,
letting me do it.
The line knows
he's
where
just
the
doing it on his
story
own.
is. It's over in this direction.
Thank
Onward,
you.
Stanley, to destiny.
Let's go to Destiny.
Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another
Heck
way,
yeah.
is the story of no destination
It's on
still
the
a
wall.
story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via
What
the
is
very
this
manifestation
wall
of the
design,
nature of life
this
itself?
line?
Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird
Little
back there.
Brian.
Well, I'd like to apologize.
Are you good, narrator?
Not sure where I was going with all that.
Bro,
You know what? I think what we need right now
Is this
is a
really
bit of music
necessary?
to lighten the mood.
whoa. Where's the meat? I have no clue. What is this music? Bro. Zigzag. Okay, we're gonna follow the line. What is going on? There's so much going on. Monthly ledgers, corporate, and balances. Oh my god. I'm following the line down to a T.
Wait, cut the music.
Okay, thank
Go
you.
back
God, that
and
was
look at
loud.
fern.
What do you want?
Stanley,
Okay.
this fern will be very important later in the story.
I got you. Okay,
Make sure
good.
you study it closely.
I
and
don't know
remember
how
it
this
carefully.
burn is
You
important,
won't
but
want to
like,
miss
this is
anything.
good. Okay, thank you.
Wait, what?
Whoa.
We're back at the office? No.
What?
No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley
Okay.
Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Is any of this ringing a bell? I got no clue. Wait, is the line like alive? We're gonna go. What if we follow the line? Oh wait, no. We're here again.
Not again,
Yeah.
Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after
For
everything
real.
we've been through,
The line is a
Well, I
betrayer.
can't take this
The
anymore. Hell
line
with it.
is
Restart.
okay. The line is a liar. Okay, let's go.
You know
follow the
what,
line.
Stanley? I say forget
Oh
the
my
adventure line.
God.
What's it ever done for us? We're
You know,
intelligent
you're right.
people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we
Heck
simply
yeah.
start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Okay, let's go. I like how he's just like encouraging us to like
Now,
walk around.
Yes, this is
Okay.
exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new
Oh,
story. Well, it could be
yeah.
anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Heck yeah. Thank you, narrator.
Oh, no, not you
It's
again.
the line.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or
I'm gonna
monitor
follow him
rules.
though. I'm
Just
gonna
don't
follow it.
acknowledge it. and we should be fine.
I mean, it's the only direction we can go in, so like, I kind of have to. Oh, it's gone now. Okay.
Ah.
Okay. Now I'm gonna go make me some food. I'll be back. Back, guys. I'm back. Hold on. Oh, kitty. I forgot my cat was in here. Okay. I'm back.
A choice.
Continue.
We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
Heck yeah.
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay. So I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going?
I mean,
since the
we're not really going anywhere.
Yes,
we're just
then by all
exploring.
accounts, the door on the right is the correct one.
Okay, let's
Another
go.
victory for logic. Come, Stanley. Our destiny awaits. Oh,
The confusion
ending? The
Mm.
confusion ending. You're telling me
Deviate from the maintenance
that's what
room.
this is? It's all
End up in
one
monitor room.
giant ending.
You restart the game.
And we're supposed to restart
Few
the game
doors.
eight times?
The office is now a dead end. Oh
That's
yeah.
really how all this goes? It's all
8 times?
determined?
Stanley died. Oh,
So
we were
now,
supposed to get
according
that
to the schedule, I
last.
restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind
You don't have
goes
to.
blank simply because
Trust
it's
me.
written here on
It's
this,
okay.
this
You can have
thing,
free will.
wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't
It's
want to be
okay.
trapped like this.
Hey,
I won't
it's okay.
restart the game.
Narrator.
I won't
Oh my
do
god,
it.
it's okay.
I won't do it. I won't do
okay,
it.
it's okay.
And the time
Whoa.
stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule?
Okay.
How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree?
This is, it's a whole
I'm
ending.
not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll
Heck
find
yeah.
out, won't we? Eventually.
Big boy Lulu.
Well, in the meantime, if you...
Whoa, 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 whoa. It broke.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What the freak? No. This isn't supposed to happen. Clayton Madison? Hello.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the
What do
door
I do
on his
now?
left.
I'm just gonna go the regular way. Because I want to see if he remembers anything.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up
still
to
blocked.
his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay. We're gonna
Coming to a
redo
staircase,
it.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yes.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs.
Wait, I think this is different.
The guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor, he lay prone, paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past,
Hello, Monkey
it had
Lord.
been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845. Statistically, nearly
Yeah, this is different dialogue.
to guess blindly, ever.
Haha.
Incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
A big A97. Where are you today? Okay. Oh, it still took me down. Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Thank you. I did. I guess.
The lights rose on an enormous
Yeah.
room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Okay.
Did he have the strength to find out?
Let's go. I don't mind doing this ending again.
Now the monitors
I just want to know if it's different.
Their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant
Also, I think it's 245 instead. Maybe. I don't know.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Oh yeah.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions.
Yeah. I know. I know.
Or sad.
I know.
Or content.
I know.
Walking, eating,
I know.
working.
I know.
All of it monitored and commanded from this very place.
I know.
And as the cold reality of
we need to press
past
the
began
on
to sink
button.
in, Stanley
Press the
decided
on
that
button.
this machinery would never again exert its terrible
Okay.
power over... Oh, Stanley.
Oh.
You didn't just activate the controls, did you?
I did something
After they kept you
bad.
enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Yeah.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do.
I didn't do
You were
that.
supposed to let it go. Turn the controls off and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have
I've
nearly
done
the
way
power
more.
you think you
You don't
do,
even
for
know,
example,
'cause you forgot.
And I believe you'll find this pertinent. Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
Oh my
In the event
God.
that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires.
What do I do?
Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind.
He's evil.
What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it.
He's
Mere
evil.
moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are?
Mm-hmm.
A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them.
No, I'm not.
I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go.
Die.
But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better.
Don't kill me.
My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock.
Oh my God.
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley.
I'm not gonna do anything.
Grow on trees.
Yeah, just talk to me.
Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have
Oh,
no
my controller's
idea where
vibrating.
you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at
Is there?
you. running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me.
Please, bro.
Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is?
Please don't do this.
Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But
Creepy,
here's a spoiler for you.
bro.
That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
No.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley.
Ooh,
That's
Louis.
30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30
Oh,
seconds until a big
whoa.
boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces.
Screen's all
Will you
black.
cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully?
Please.
Have a choice.
No, I don't want to
Make it
die. I want to know what happens
or
though.
don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke.
Giving the
And believe me,
buttons
I
back
will be
shots.
laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in
3,
until the moment
2,
I say,
1.
ever up.
Jesus Christ, that scared me. Okay. We're here again.
How long was I sitting there?
Whoa.
Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
Thank you. Can I explore any other rooms? I will. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I need to do all the stuff from the door
This
on the
was
right.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
And that's what we're gonna
Perhaps
do.
he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yup.
Wow.
Beautiful room.
Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room.
Here's a nice
Life without
room.
having experienced this room was now too
Hello,
horrible
Dusty
even
Bot.
to consider.
Heck yeah.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh, I still need to go this way. Let's go this way. Oh, it's
Stanley
here.
was so bad at following directions, it's
Okay, here we go.
incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Okay. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion. It will cause death. You get it, guys? It will cause death, so don't jump off.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that
maybe
investing
you
your
are.
trust in someone else can be
You tried to
difficult,
kill me
but
earlier.
the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
You did kill me another
Someone
time.
you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
What?
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now,
No.
I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who? The female
This is it,
narrator?
Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Oh my god, who, bro? I must know. Oh, it seems it's all black. Oh, whoa.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her.
What if I don't?
If you can
What
truly
if I just let it
place your faith
ring?
in another, then pick up the phone.
You know what? I'm gonna do it. Whoa. $427, that's what it was.
Oh, Stanley, is that you?
Whoa.
Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go.
What is
All right,
this?
now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your
Whoa. What the heck?
Gotcha.
You're not nice, I don't like you.
Come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife?
Yeah.
They want to commit their life
Hello,
to
user.
you. I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley.
That's not nice.
I'm trying to get you to see
There's actually a lot of people who would.
Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Okay.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
My bad. Good morning. Press circle on your controller.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
Yeah, Stanley's such a...
Now he's pushing a button.
Such a good
he's
boy.
eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown. Fantastic.
How do I die? You said death. Why am I always dying?
Wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Okay. Press.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped out from his desk and realized that all of his co-workers, everyone in the building, had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Press triangle, spend time with the boys.
So
Heck yeah. Spend time with the boys. My fault.
Open doors and that he could go through either.
Wait, what?
It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Press square to
As he
prepare
wandered
what
through this
the heck?
fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls.
Oh yeah.
Down another was a yellow line that weaved in
the yellow line.
And down another was a game with a baby. And he called
the baby.
The Stanley Parable.
The Stanley Parable. Oh yeah. To tell your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
To tell your wife you love her.
There is no answer.
Oh, she's gone.
Possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has.
No, come back.
The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
Little Goldie Fisher, 2.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna press it. 3, 2, 1.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand
we're back in the
every
office.
second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
To question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time.
Okay.
And I tried again.
Please die. That's so mean.
And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa. You're giving me some, like, analog horror vibes. The end is never, the end is never, the end is never. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Stanley
decided to go to the meeting room.
Go back over
Perhaps
here.
He had simply missed a memo.
New content.
Oh, new content? What does that mean?
Over here.
New content.
New content. go down to new content. Heck yeah, what is this? Isn't this the new stuff from the Ultra Deluxe?
Thank you for
hey, there it is.
Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Hello, my mind.
As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Yeah.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh yeah, look, it's
consoles and home computers.
It's the Ultra Deluxe.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable,
more
delighting audiences the world over.
Little smiley face. That's so silly.
Please step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh,
I never got the baby room.
Delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe
He
content.
kind of sounds different. In my opinion, I think he kind of sounds more clear.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Oh yeah, let's go. It's
Is
broken.
it broken? What's going on here?
It's not going.
Should we be moving somewhere? Oh, there we go. All right, finally.
I can use
last,
both of the left
onto
buttons
the new
to
content. I've never been
the
more
bumper
ready.
and the
Let's
trigger
do
to
it.
crouch.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Yeah. Whoa. The jump circle?
Alright, let's see. It's the jump circle.
I can jump! Oh yeah. Wait, do I have to be I have to stand in the jump circle to jump. There's jumping now! Oh my god. And it still interacts, which is kind of weird. I'm gonna use up all my jumps. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I can't jump anymore. Oh. Okay. That was fun.
Is that it? Surely
over
that's
here.
not all the new content. There has to be
No,
something
there's
else,
more.
right?
What? Right? There's more, right? Yeah, there's a whole bucket and stuff. Okay.
Goodness, another elevator.
Hey, and it
Stanley,
actually works right
I
now.
have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's
I
just
think you have
elevators and jumping.
your
Is this what
your
passes
hopes
for
are too
exciting new
high. You
content?
can't have
If
too
this is
high
new
hopes,
content,
or you're gonna
then
get
I could just
disappointed.
read you the whole
Or what was that
dictionary.
one
There's
movie?
20 hours of
You
new
can't
content right
expect
there.
the
Hell,
movie
I
quote.
could count to 30 trillion.
I forgot.
You can put that on the box.
Never mind.
The Stanley Parable Ultra
Forgot
Deluxe.
what I was saying.
Now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more. Very good.
Heck yeah.
I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it.
This.
I'm ready for whatever it is.
Me too. Thank you for enjoying the new
That's it? Oh, you've
Bro.
got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar and get you started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into
What?
it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies,
Said
and it's hard
that.
to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
On Twitter.
It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could
okay.
never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No
Yeah.
frills, no gimmicks.
Let's
Just
get
you
it.
and me having a great time together like always.
Let's get it. Let's
What do
get
you
it.
say, friend?
Oh, I'm your friend. We're friends. Me and him are friends, guys. I love him. Whoa. It's completely different. Hey, it's the old office. Okay, what?
Stanley!
Yeah.
Come over here! In the vent!
Okay.
I want to show you something!
Okay, I'm coming. Hey. What's in here?
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new
It sounds like he's in a
ultra-deluxe
vent.
content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it.
Whoa.
Just our little secret.
It's like a Souls
Take a
game.
look.
Oh, never mind.
I call it the Memory
The
Zone.
Memory Zone.
It's
Hello,
where I've been
DRS.
storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life
The peak
whenever I
experiences.
want.
It was peak.
Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Yeah, but now it's on PS5, and Xbox, and I'm pretty sure Switch, and on PC again.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the
2013,
Memory Zone
when the
remind
Stanley
you of
Parable.
how wonderful Stanley
Zone,
Parable
sweet
was
zone.
before it was sullied with a cheap
Don't forget the Stanley
PlayStation
Parable.
port? Remember back
Hey,
in October of
PlayStation 4, that's what he was
2013,
talking about.
when the game originally launched. Back then, video games had integrity.
National Geographic?
Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
They just straight up have National Geographic. In loving memory, the Stanley Parable, the original remake, the Stanley Parable. Will buy unpressurized gas or download this demo free. Watch on YouTube. I'm gonna watch it. I like how there's just screenshots. Good times. Heck yeah. A trip down memory lane. Is this just $1 here? Is that how much the game made? No, I'm joking. The Stanley Parable is a disc. Smile because it happened. What? Stanley Parable alpha test. Unachievable. It's impossible to get this achievement. How? Why is it an achievement? Oh wait, these are achievements. Guys, I don't play for 5 years. Now I can't play the game for 10 years to get the new achievement. Nominee. Stanley Parable game innovation. Debut game. Got awards. Heck yeah. New video game releasing today. The New York Times? Was this a real article? Creator surprisingly down to earth. That's actually really cool. If it is real, that is awesome. Los Angeles Times. Stanley Parable deals tough choices. Whoa, it's so pretty. This music's so pretty.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like
You
this
made
stunning
this in like
triumph
5
of
seconds.
games journalism. 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com.
Don't read any reviews
James
of this
Stephanie
one.
Sterling writes, and I
Just
quote,
driving.
"Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created."
Heck
Did you hear
yeah.
that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's
Yes, I
how
did.
grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was.
It was
It was
awesome.
literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all
Persona
of them.
3.
And now,
Oh.
it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore.
It's
just
okay.
a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Okay, well, let's go over here. This is the start. Person of the year? Who's that? Is that Stanley? The buttons. Hey, it's that one chick from earlier. Smile button? I didn't see this button. Whoa. Whoa, there's noises now.
Here's another moving passage,
Source?
this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content.
Everything.
All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that.
They
Couldn't
added
resist
other
the urge
content.
to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
They added new content like this. This is new. They didn't have this in the old game. Hey, this door's open. The what? The serious room? Where do I go? Oh. Hey.
These were simpler times, Stanley. What
It's
I
okay.
wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again.
It's okay, narrator. You will.
Wait, hang on.
Hmm.
I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Whoa,
Oh, no,
pressurized
God,
gas.
No, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games.
Is this bad?
I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even
Are they
imagine what's
bad?
been collecting down here.
Are they bad?
Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Let's look. Not recommended.
Honestly, I could not be bothered
Oh,
to play this
pressurized
game
gas
to full
Steam.
completion.
Oh
The
my
narrator is
god.
obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining.
No.
Unfunny.
It's
I'm
okay.
trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious
Whoa.
work of art. I
That's
suppose
all.
I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the
Pressurized
Stanley
gas.
parable,
I think
but
that's
the
so
game is
funny.
already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Heck yeah. Hey, this one's pretty good. I can't read it, but like it's pretty good.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
No, don't worry, you're
Tell me
not.
if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can.
You're
Oh,
not.
goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to.
Oh god.
These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure.
Whoa, this music
Like
is
I let these
creepy.
people down. Perhaps the Stanley parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remember.
What's this?
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
Oh, I'm sorry, narrator.
A skip button? Well,
It's okay, don't worry.
Yes.
Don't worry.
Yes, I think we can do that. If
No,
I'm truly
it's okay, I
too
like
preachy,
hearing your voice.
then maybe letting you skip
Oh,
ahead
it
for
fell.
just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley
Whoa.
parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto.
I would
do
never
anything
skip you,
for the
narrator.
customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Okay.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for.
Nope.
And I'm very proud to
Because I
have
want to get through all the
delivered.
dialogue.
No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just
whoa,
begun
freaky
an
narrator.
interminable monologue. And it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it
What is
is,
this voice,
so on
bro?
and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 I'm thinking too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. But the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say, the story and the choices, or what have you,
You're just gonna
and therefore,
repeat.
by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah,
Okay.
blah, 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 blah.
Whoa. Hey, it's different. What's up?
Back, you see, you were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto.
Okay.
Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once.
Okay.
That you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it. But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone? It has a mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history.
I guess.
Ambitious history, if you will. See, now you've gotten me going back to manifesto. Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look, I have a method for exactly this sort of situation, and I do find myself in this situation frequently. I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until I become sick of one or the other, in which case the word I am not sick of shall be the victor. It is an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley. It's rescued me from disaster in countless situations. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Treatise, manifesto. 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 Treatise,
I'm gonna skip again.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you?
No, it's
but
okay.
That's the power of the button.
No, because now I feel
I
bad.
start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over.
Oh my god.
I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this.
Who's
and whether
Cookie
they'll
9?
edit the rating of their pressurized gas review, or at least
Pressurized
change some of
gas.
the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on how exactly pressurized gas works.
I think that's so silly.
Perhaps that would have been a smart thing to check on before I went on about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is who runs pressurized gas will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review merely because of this very situation. Yes.
Wait, that's why it's called Steam, because Valve and Steam.
They'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with pressurized gas altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial.
Okay.
Something along the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start
Heck
over.
yeah.
How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality.
He's not talking. Okay.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley.
Hello.
Now, I should say
The door's
that the
going.
amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes?
It wasn't.
It's not unendurable by
It
any
wasn't
means,
that
but
long,
it's,
actually. It was
well,
like
there's really
a
only
minute,
so much I can
2
ramble
minutes.
on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again.
Yes, sir.
I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go?
I have
Wasn't
no
there a
clue.
door that led into this room?
Yeah, where is
I feel
it?
quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you
Does
see
the clock
a window
actually work?
anywhere? A porthole?
It does.
A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door
my
here
bad.
before, wasn't there? I swear
Yes.
there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through? Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please,
I'm probably gonna
I'll take
damage
any
myself.
option at all. I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door.
Okay,
I don't
please.
know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise. You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button. Please,
Yes,
please.
sir. Okay.
Please do
Okay.
not
Okay.
press the skip button.
Okay, I
Just
won't.
Wait
I
here.
won't.
Wait here for me, and don't press the skip button.
I won't.
Got it? Yes. Good. I'll be right back.
Okay. What if I pressed it? What if I pressed it? I'm gonna press it. I'm gonna press it. I'm gonna press it.
Stanley!
What? Yes?
Stanley,
Yes?
please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Jesus Christ.
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're
The
really,
skips are
truly
getting
getting
longer.
longer. And my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button. And if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here. And more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it. And I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you?
Because why not? Because I'm
I
tired
don't
of
know what I
waiting.
can do to convince you otherwise. Oh my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never
It's
even
okay.
met Cookie
Don't
Nine.
worry.
I
Don't
have
worry.
no idea who they are.
It is
What would
okay.
it ever really matter? But here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me.
You just
The
need to
merest
not do
mention
that.
of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child, wild and impulsive. I can't help myself. I can't stop myself from lashing out with a vengeful fury to alter and to change and to break anything unbroken, if only it pleases this one person who made a single negative comment. What does such an impulse serve? For whose benefit is this? And here I am now, stuck in a room, waiting for you to press this button, and to become frozen in time, knowing that you're going to do it, and that I'm going to be stuck all alone.
It is
That I
okay,
had the
don't
power
worry.
to prevent it all from happening, if only I'd held my tongue. It's all out of my control now. Just you. Just your decision as to exactly when you're going to make me suffer, to leave me all
No,
alone.
I feel
Surely
bad.
you will. I don't doubt it.
I feel so bad.
Surely you'll press that button again, leaving me here.
And you know I will.
Surely you'll put your own desire to see what's next ahead of my need for company, for companionship. Surely you'll not be moved by my howls of fitful anxiety, that you sit with me and just stay here. Oh, no, 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 I know you too well. You'll be leaving me. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback.
It is okay.
Why was it
It is
so
not your
important
fault.
for me to fix
Why am I giving the
problem?
game guy
Why
therapy?
did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie
Oh.
Nine. I have
Okay.
no idea
You're
who
just
they
repeating
are.
yourself.
What would it ever really matter? But here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that any... Oh, Stanley.
Oh.
You're back.
Whoa.
You're back.
It's dark.
Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to
Well,
again.
how long was it this
Stanley,
time?
I think it's been a week.
A week?
Or 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
I've been sitting
You don't
here
even
all
know.
that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing.
Okay, well, now the fact that there's no light is making me mad.
Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving.
I would never not listen to you, sir.
I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps, yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed.
You don't need to be scared.
I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us, and I am suspended in its unyielding quietness. I can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward.
He should be a poet.
I can tell that I am becoming less and less real. Yet to speak to you now, I am alive. I am truly and completely here. I am a being. I am someone. I am something. I am being listened to. I am being recognized. The emptiness between us has collapsed, and I feel right now like I am not a work of fiction. I feel as though I occupy space in this world again, and I have cast a shadow onto the wall. You see what I'm saying, don't you? You can see what this means to me. I'm so clear about it now, Stanley. I feel as certain about this as I've ever felt about anything at all. I feel renewed. I feel restored. And already I can sense the looming silence as you will press the button for the next time. What a terrible dread it strokes in my heart to think of it. To think of returning to such coldness. Come, let us sit in silence together here for just a moment. Let us anticipate it. Let us welcome it. Let us not run from it.
No. Oh. It's just dark. Oh.
Hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped
all the flowers are gone.
After a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will that you and I have squabbled over for so long. There could be no one ending, no singular outcome of events. Not if all events...
You should kiss the narrator. I should. That's what I wanted. I'm trying, bro.
I felt unburdened by the need to manifest a particular outcome into being. I saw that I could allow myself to exist.
It would be so funny.
It would be so funny.
It will.
Was simply a strand in the web of my being. It was incredible. The spaciousness, the equanimity of the moment, both singular and infinite. For the longest time, this was my experience. And then, this moment passed, and the most unyielding fear I have...
Why are you walking in circles?
Because I have nothing else to do while I listen to him talk. Wait for him to skip. Because I don't want to miss any of the dialogue. I've been here for so long. Please help me.
Not that you might save me or do something to fix it, but merely...
Why won't he stop talking? I don't know.
Why won't he stop talking?
Because it's a joke. Because yeah.
That perhaps one day
so that
this state of mind will consume you as well.
Okay.
Perhaps you will somehow, in some way, have to live as I do now, and I wish for you to know how excruciating it is, and for you to be in true terror of its eventual arrival.
Skip the voice.
Skip the voice? I don't want to, because I'm waiting for him to stop talking or repeat his talking before I skip.
Peace in the darkness.
Okay. I think he's done. We're gonna skip. Skip the voice. I am.
Skip
I
the
did.
Voice.
Okay. Is he gonna say anything? I think he died. What was that? What are these noises? Is this new? Was this always here? I don't remember. Okay. What the heck? We're gonna skip again.
Skip the voice.
I did. Whoa. Hey, the clock fell off. No. Okay, we're gonna skip again.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a
Skip
point.
the voice.
It was meant to speak to the human condition.
He's
But where
talking
are the
again.
jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had
He's
to
going
leave
crazy.
a pathetic little thumbs down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review.
Hello, Logan.
So here's what we get. We
We're
get these
listening to
demands
the guy
that seek
talk.
everything and are accountable to nothing.
And we have the
get a
chance to
world
skip
where
him, but I'm
someone will
waiting
say,
until he's like done
there should be
talking.
a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes! Yes! It seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives. It has come to represent us. It absolutely must speak to who we are as people, because otherwise...
Skip the voice.
Skip the voice. I don't want to skip the voice. Not yet.
We would have to face inward toward the cruel
I don't want
bleakness
to be
inside
rude.
ourselves. We would turn to look at our deeper
Because I feel like,
nature
because earlier he was like,
and find a
oh,
resounding
you're gonna
emptiness
skip it.
gazing
Earlier he was
back
laughing
with
because I skipped it, and I felt
unyielding
bad.
Skip the voice.
So because of this,
God.
we require that our amusements and our playthings and our flights of fancy be so
Skip the voice.
No,
they
bro.
consume all of our attention, turn our heads completely away from the bleakness. In effect, we have demanded that our entertainment be the collapse of ourselves. What a pitiful reflection of humanity these entertainments are. What a shameful mirror to the human spirit they project. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about any of this. I'm at peace with it. I am the calm center of gravity around which these perversions hurl
Yeah,
themselves.
totally.
I am away
Skip the voice.
No, I'm not gonna skip the voice. How would I skip
They're
you?
the ones who
Whoa.
are mad. They're the ones who couldn't stand the idea of me using my game to try to say something. Maybe
real,
they
it's
were
your
just
game.
jealous of me. Yeah.
Skip the voice.
Yes, they're jealous of him
They've
because
been jealous of me
his
this
voice is
whole
so hot.
time. They are mired
Do you not
in
agree with
fear
me?
and
His voice
insecurity.
not
They
hot?
cannot help but attempt to tear me down. What a sad state of affairs.
Skip the voice.
Oh my god.
Now you can see it. You can
No,
taste
I'm gonna
the
fight
bitter
you.
resentment.
We're gonna
and
fight.
My, how good does it feel now to speak truth to these words, to finally allow these thoughts out, contained
Skip
and
the
managed
voice.
for so long, neutered and sterilized. At last I am free to truly think, to feel. It must be that they were so discontent with themselves that they couldn't help but
Skip the voice.
negative review on
Pressurized gas. Okay.
Skip the voice.
far more about them than it ever said about me.
I don't want to
Perhaps the
skip the
state of their
voice
psychological
because he's
being
speaking.
was
You know
in
what?
such
I'm
tatters,
gonna do it.
and
I'll
my
do it. Hello? Okay, we're gonna skip through again. I can't press it anymore. Oh. Oh, there we go.
end is never the end.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
End is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end.
That goes hard.
Never the end. Is 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 never the
okay.
end. Is never the.
Hello. Okay, I can't press it yet. It's leaking. There's a leak. Okay, we're gonna press it again. Oh, what happened? This is long ass game section, bro. Cute button? It is. Look, it's so bright. There's light again. Portal 2. I love Portal 2. I want to play Portal 2. I don't know why the text-to-speech isn't working. No, there's green. There's plants. Oh, now it's all gone.
You should kiss the narrator.
There it is.
Skip the voice.
Oh my god.
Skip the voice.
Oh my god.
Cute button.
Oh, okay.
Portal 2.
Never mind. I thought I was gonna say it all. Whoa. Whoa. What was that? What the heck is that? What the heck? Oh, the button's on the ground now. I think the narrator died. Oh, hey, what's over here? Jesus Christ, that's bright. Oh my god.
Big button.
Big button, yes. This place is so pretty.
End times, end times, end times.
End times. Yes, end times. End times, end times. I don't know where we're at.
Eat sand.
Eat sand? I will. Num, 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 num. Whoa. The end is never the end is never the end is never the end is never the end. We're back here. Oh my god.
Content.
Content,
Stanley
yes.
had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something?
Whoa,
He
this is
hoped it
different
was.
dialogue.
He hoped very much that it was.
Is there anything new? Oh, what was that? Hey, input received. Hold on. Wait a minute. The computers are like on. When watching, oh. Gang left. Oh, here it is. Okay, now I think I can go back over here. Never mind. Okay. We're gonna go this way. New content. New content.
Oh, good.
They added new
You
content.
noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay, what is it? Is the skip button here? Joking. What the fuck?
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra-deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy.
Okay,
So forget
awesome.
this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Let's go! Oh yeah. Stanley Parable 2. The end is never the end again.
This far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions. Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience built from the ground up. Why there are so many possibilities. We could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Heck yeah.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than
they didn't even close it.
Ultra Deluxe. What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2. Now that's an artistic statement right there. It's
time to wake up.
It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
What does this one say? Okay. They're back. 2 doors. The 2 doors are back. New content is out. New content part 2 is in. Heck yeah. Stanley Pro, they got laptops now instead of old ass computers. Oh.
Now to be clear,
it's like a whole modern office.
Nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a
2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, 2 arms, 2 legs. Yeah, that's a human.
Will sort of naturally spring up around
Scrum, design, pitch,
it'll all
break,
work itself
pitch
out.
design.
Game development is much more of
Number
a fuzzy
2 chat.
magic than anything scientific.
Who took the red marker?
Really.
Me. Nice. Show this way to the floor, to the show floor. Yo, it's like a red carpet. New content. It's a bus. Okay. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Stanley Parable 2. Whoa, it's so big.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
Reassurance bucket. Where do I get this bucket from? The end is never the end again. This t-shirt is the best new feature. The button that says the name of the player playing the game. I want to press that. That's your name in the game. I want to press it. I want to press it.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do
Road to the
players
perfect
really
button.
want? And
Too
of
big,
course, the
too
first
small.
and most
That's
obvious
right.
answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button, which
Hello,
speaks
Madeline.
the name of the person playing the game.
Okay.
Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
That ain't my
Sorry,
name.
I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name
my
Jim.
God.
But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the
I'm
full
Jim now,
experience
guys.
of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim.
Okay, guys, I'm
I
Jim.
want you to imagine
Hello,
yourself living as Jim.
I mean,
sleeping and
hi, I'm
waking
Jim.
as Jim. Falling in love and being heartbroken
I'm Jim.
as Jim. Seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim, watching your dreams crumble into dust.
Oh,
Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
I feel like
If
Jim.
so, then please step forward and press the button.
Okay.
Jim.
Yo,
You
that's
see?
me.
What a thrill! What a rush!
That's
that was
me.
you! The button
Yes.
described you. Do it again. Do it again.
Okay, okay.
Jim.
Yo,
It's
yeah.
even harder
Oh,
the
yeah.
second time.
Oh, let's
if
go.
This were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money.
Heck
Let's
yeah.
take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal
But the
validation.
Jim. But Jim. Wait, I want to press it again.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much, Jim.
No,
I'm putting the
you
Jim
can never
bug
be too
away.
much, Jim.
Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
No, give me the button back. Okay. Whatever, let's go. He took away my fucking button. I'm so mad. I'm mad at him now. What's in these doors? I can't open it. Stanley Parable 2.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2.
You heard Jim in the game. The button that says Jim. That would actually be pretty smart. Epilogue?
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it would go at the end of the...
Infinite hole.
Well, we'll figure that out later.
Wait. I want that trophy. Hold on. We'll get back to this in a second. I want to get this trophy. I don't want to go in the infinite hole. New plus easy trophy. Free. Give me the trophy. Did pull the lever, receive your new trophy, no more steps. Okay.
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature.
Give me the trophy.
We hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Oh my god. Okay. What is this infinite hole that he speaks of?
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Please, no screenshots. What's in here?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration. Like
heck yeah.
But I'm
Who's you?
undecided on
Are you Stanley?
Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with? You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Get Well Someday it is.
That's not the one I wanted. Well, okay though. That's fine. I'm getting out of here.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No.
Oh.
No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
But...
Come now. You've already made your choice. It's true that you chose badly, but
Bro.
we all have to move on from our mistakes.
Don't call me. Don't say that. I didn't choose badly. I chose actually the better option. Okay, whatever. Okay. Oh, there's a map. Jump circle. This map. Free trophy. You are here. Merch. Settings, world champion. Huh. B2. Okay. The bucket's over here. Wait. Okay, so you are here. And we're looking at this wall right now. Oh, where's the bucket? How do we get to the bucket? Okay, I think it's over here. It's like this way, I'm pretty sure. I've been streaming for 2 hours, dang. Whole entrance, infinity.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right.
Really?
Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Okay, should we go down the hole? I'm gonna go down the hole.
you see? Isn't it wonderful? One of my more
Yes.
ingenious concoctions, if I do say so.
Very awesome.
Now then, since you've gotten to see the
Reminding for
infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and
What's
we
the
can
teleport
continue
button?
on.
Oh.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport
Will we
button to go
die
back
if
to
we
the
don't?
top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Fine.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even
Almost
more
fell
of my
down it.
ideas for the sequel.
Okay. Let's go get the bucket. I want the bucket. Rim. As in rim job. My bad. That's new. What's this? I want to get the bucket. How do I get the bucket? Okay. So, where's the infinite hole? Okay. Okay. Where am I looking? You are here. So it should be over here and then all the way to the left. Hey, here it is. I found it.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket.
Oh,
you see,
yeah.
Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting.
Come from?
You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And
Give me the bucket.
It's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be?
Oh,
Yes,
he said a swear word.
Solution.
He said ass.
Give it a try.
Okay, give me the bucket. Got the bucket. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Heck yeah. Bucket, 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 bucket.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't
but
already.
they should, yes. You should give me a trophy. A button that's, oh yeah. Jump circle, infinite hole. Wait, where's the jump circle? What's this? That's new. You can find them, you can find them, you can find them. Whoa.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all
bodies?
of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Okay. I can't pick it up. Oh, I got it. It's 0 out of 6. Okay. Heck yeah, collect them all. You can find them.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Is that a bad thing? What's over here? I didn't... It's not particularly a bad thing in my opinion.
Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
No. What is this? You seem worried. Please no screenshots. What's the
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how
it seems pretty
exactly these
cool.
features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment.
Okay.
I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay.
I want to know what he's
Are you
tricking
ready?
out.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh yeah. Whoa.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's
Yes.
sort of...
Let me collect
okay,
those.
never
Let
mind.
me go.
Hold on. Let
No.
me do a different arrangement.
Oh my god.
Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Well, I kind of like the first one better.
Who am I kidding,
actually.
Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
Yes.
Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. See what he got. Whoa, it's so cool. Field of view. They made a whole like updated menu. That's awesome. Begin the game.
This is the story of a man named
Stanley. Are the subtitles different?
Stanley worked for a company in a
Hey, there's
big
balloons
building
now.
where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year.
How does he make money off of
Others
that?
might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
I'm glad Stanley was happy.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened.
Whoa.
Something that would forever change Stanley.
What happened?
Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone.
Get well
What could it
someday.
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, let's go. The bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Wait, can I put the bucket down? Is there any difference? Oh, okay.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his
On his
left.
left. Okay, let's go. Heck
Still
yeah.
no one was here. Stanley
still.
needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Maybe, let's go. Broom closet. It's open again.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it?
Yeah.
The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can
It
feel
does.
that, can't you? The
Yes.
aura of jealousy. It's as
Yes,
clear
I
as
can.
day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
I don't think
I
so.
can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies.
The sequel is now paused? Oh,
Good for
that's
you,
funny.
Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the
I
bucket.
won't hand
I know
over the
how
bucket.
hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is
Yes.
your companion
Yes,
and
he's my
lifelong
buddy.
friend.
He's like my
Can't hand
companion
it
too.
over. Oh, no. We're getting into
From
name
Portal.
calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this
Be on
stream
him, huh?
of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley,
God.
I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends?
That's not nice.
That your relationship
we
is
are.
purely superficial and convenient?
We
That your life is
are.
so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really
Whoa.
tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him
Okay.
have it.
Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked
Stanley and the
upstairs to the
bucket.
boss's office.
Well, let's go. My cat is awake. I don't know where he's at.
Stepping into his manager's
Is the
office, Stanley was
passcode
once
still the
again
same?
stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
2, 4,
Even now,
8.
in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's
Oh.
warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable.
Oh yeah.
At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared
Bro.
with the bucket that he didn't notice the
Does Stanley
keypad
wanna
behind the
fuck the
boss's
bucket?
desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being
bad.
near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
2845. Okay. Oh wait, 28285.
But Stanley guessed
got
the
the number
correct
wrong.
code by sheer luck.
Yep,
Was it
I
the
did.
bucket knew all along? Was
Or,
the
yeah, the
guiding
bucket.
him?
Yeah.
Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Heck yeah. Hey.
You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
I will. Okay. Oh yeah, I got the bucket. I got the bucket. Oh yeah.
The elevator raced
God,
downward,
that's my
plummeting
bucket song.
towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this
Hello.
darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
Heck yeah.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Let's go.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
We did. We want to know.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored
Whoa.
like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst
The
into
bucket
tears
had
as
never seen
Stanley
anything like
cradled it
this.
gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
427. Hey, there it is. That's Stanley's room right there. Jesus Christ. Fired? Where were those fired? Okay.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as
I
well?
don't think so.
Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
What?
kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions
Weird.
raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Okay.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't
He
accept it.
screamed into
His
the
own
bucket.
life in someone else's control. Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Heck yeah.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content.
No.
Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Oh yeah.
For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for
He
good.
and the bucket.
Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world.
My bad.
They high-fived in a really cool way. The bucket made a sassy
In a
comment
really cool
about
way.
taking down the system.
Heck yeah.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every
you do
country
that?
on Earth.
Sneeze
Both of
and it
them
would get
wanted to
so
begin
weird.
watching
That's so
a movie,
odd.
any movie,
You know
but
what? I'm not
then
gonna judge.
stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together,
Oh,
with one
yeah.
another to lean on, to trust, to support.
What?
What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
Let me know.
An unbearable silence filled the room,
Yeah.
lingering in uncertainty, until finally the
Yeah.
truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
Oh my god.
Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would
God,
never
it's
again leave
so
this
dark,
very
I
room.
can't-
But at
can't see anything.
least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself.
I don't
As long
think
as I
so.
have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I?
You know what? Yeah.
Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Oh. Whoa. Where's my bucket?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Okay.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over
Yes.
him.
Now we need to die again.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Speed run. We're gonna get killed. There will be a reward for finding them all. Trust the completionist instinct. Whoa, that's creepy.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it?
You already.
The broom closet. It
Okay.
wants the bucket.
You were
You
talking
can
about
see
this.
coming to a
Okay.
staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Yes, I know.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover
2,
not an
8,
indication of any
4,
human
5.
life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Yep.
Was it that the bucket knew all along?
Yes,
Was
the bucket knew. The bucket
guiding
knows
him?
everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is certainly the most logical explanation.
Mm-hmm. Whoa, that can't be safe. I've said that so many
Stanley
times
and the
already.
bucket walked straight
Okay.
ahead through the large door
Nope,
that read,
no we didn't.
Mind Control Facility.
Stanley and the bucket
Although
did not do
this
that.
passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death. The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Oh yeah.
At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
No. I don't want to die. Alright, let's go.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket, but what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
Ooh.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator.
Whoa.
As Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly
Stanley
into
and
the
the- oh,
enormous
hell yeah.
metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
Oh my god. Just the bucket? So he died again. The Stanley parable.
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket.
I'm here
It's true that
too.
all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest. It
I'm
was
here
a
too.
glorious
Jesus
bucket
Christ,
to
that's right.
behold.
Oh, the bucket. Welcomes you to the green exhibit. Okay. Wait, the bucket's gone.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley
It's
to
just
take a
buckets.
bucket like this and to claim it for his own?
Give
Can
me
you
the
see
bucket.
the hubris
I
that
want the bucket.
blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his
That's
short
so
life?
mean. Inferno bucket. Heck yeah. Oh my god, the bucket was worshipped for years. Cave drawing. Meow.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one.
Whoa.
It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
The hanging bucket. Do I just... Is this the infinite hole? Oh. Hey, the bucket.
But there is something we can do.
that
Something we can
is?
do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game.
No.
Don't give him
No,
another
please.
opportunity to run off with another
Please.
beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The bucket should take its place as ruler, as leader,
I don't
as
wanna
commander of
die.
a new world,
I'm
a
not
new
gonna die.
vision.
Woo. Whoa. That one like actually crushed me that time. Hello? Oh, here we go. Whoa. Wait, this is different.
The confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley
Oh,
embraced
bring
the
me
bucket.
back here.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay. Yep. I know. He's not talking.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Yes, we did. We're gonna press the no button this time.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
It is, in fact. I have a feeling I know where one is. One could be. Oh, they didn't put one here. That would have been such a good spot. Okay.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Oh, there's only... Oh, wait, no, man.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Yeah.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Yes, everything's gonna be okay, Bucket. I promise you.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Okay.
No! He screamed into the bucket.
It's okay.
He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never!
No.
He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Okay.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
3. I can't get up there. Where's button number 4? Is that button number 4? Okay, whatever. I couldn't do it. Where's this? 0124 0142 001. Yeah.
When at last they came to the... But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror.
No.
Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
What is that? Birds. Silly birds?
Silly.
Oh, heck yeah.
Silly birds.
Heck yeah.
The control buttons became active again.
Silly birds. Oh. Oh my god, I love these silly birds.
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all. It was a facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable.
You're so silly.
Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best.
We're looking at silly bird.
And Stanley
No, it looks like it has a banana on its head. Oh, I wanted to look at the silly bird some more. Oh, I'm mad. Okay, now we gotta betray
Stanley
him.
had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was. Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
The bucket in his arms again.
Stanley clutched
I'm
the
gonna go
bucket tightly to his chest and entered the
downstairs.
door on his left. Oh, Stanley,
Okay,
can
now.
you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's
No, we didn't.
office.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. Hey!
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes,
I kinda like
I
that.
think I like that.
That one's
Another
silly.
Stanlerine under your belt.
Heck yeah.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fined for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these. He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps.
No.
How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would
It's
come
gone.
from this. Who knows what sorts of bizarre
I want my bucket
hallucinations
back.
Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket. And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground.
Oh yeah.
Gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad. Where is it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he
Let's go
heard
find the
calling
bucket.
to him. Stanley! Stanley, it's me! The bucket! Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one
Hey,
bucket
no,
after the next.
you're not the
None of them
bucket.
were his. None of them were his special
No,
bucket.
I need my
Come to
bucket.
me, Stanley. Find me.
Oh.
He had to find the bucket. He had to
Oh,
return to his old
my
friend.
bucket.
It was the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from. The real bucket was inside of him all along.
What?
It was incredibly painful.
No.
Stanley
missed my
doubled
bucket.
over in agony and blacked out.
Blacked out. Oh.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
No.
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked
Does
to her
everyone have
place
a
of work.
comfort bucket?
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away,
God.
she knew what the problem was. This man had no bucket. Of course he'd gone mad, ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck, yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
Backflipped? He swears now, and I think that's very interesting. Oh yeah. Whoa, the phone's ringing. Bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
Nope.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This
No, we
was
didn't.
not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yeah.
And here
Such
it
a
was.
beautiful room
And
for
the
a
bucket
bucket
turned
and
out to be correct.
Stanley.
Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Yes. Well, let's continue going.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
What do you mean?
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Nuh-uh.
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Nope, we went down here. Stanley and the bucket went down here.
Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew
Why?
you'd find this
The
place
baby
eventually.
game.
You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care
The
about
line.
you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The
Oh,
bucket
is this an
isn't even from
intervention?
the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content.
Okay.
We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet.
Heck yeah.
Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They
The
want
baby.
more of their favorite jokes,
Looks
not
creepy.
this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it.
I don't care.
Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We
No.
could make the Adventure
I want
Line
the
go
bucket.
somewhere new. Yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Okay, let's go.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Okay. Whoa. That's good, yeah.
Now, this
Okay.
is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't
Yeah.
you remember all
Whoa.
those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
You said
It's
this?
as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more
I don't
content
remember him
exactly
saying
like
this.
this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
And that is... No, I don't want to get rid of the bucket. You will never make me get rid of the bucket. Let's follow the Adventure Line.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
No.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
No. No.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original
Bucket
game, but it's such a
Destroyer.
well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it
No.
already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No. I will not get rid of the bucket. You can't make
Can you
me.
guess what the Bucket Destroyer does?
Surely
Surely you don't
I don't
need me
think
to
so.
spell it out for you.
I don't know. What does it do?
Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
You're gonna make me do it. It won't let
now
me.
Listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket.
No.
I don't know what the bucket destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the bucket destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet?
Okay, we get it.
Not. I wonder what
I
sort
can
of
say
bucket destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the bucket destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the adventure line or the bucket destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Jesus Christ. Did they die? We just died. Hi, kitty.
The bucket destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here.
He was there for like 3 minutes.
You were magnificent.
Kitty, no share. Silly cat, guys. Silly cat. Silly cat. We're here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Okay.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. The good old bucket.
Yep.
Just Stanley and the bucket. Off on another thrilling adventure together.
Oh, what is this? Oh, wait.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
No, we didn't.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Exactly.
But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Never mind. The bucket was wrong.
No.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
We went this way.
No,
said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Okay,
Good,
bucket, I will.
said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
And what is it?
Stanley did not question why or
Oh,
how
everyone
this
in that
bucket was
room.
speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Yep. That's the Stanley way.
In here,
said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
It's not really dark.
Stanley once
okay.
again obeyed blindly.
Yes. Okay, bucket, I will. Oh. This dark room. Okay, bucket, let's go. Whoa.
Now pick up the phone,
said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
Okay. Okay, bucket. I will always listen to you, bucket.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket.
Oh.
Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
No. But it can. Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders.
Yeah, well, it
Whatever
was.
Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Take me back home with you.
Lately,
Oh, yeah.
I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be
Where's the bucket?
concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Where's my bucket? Oh. Go back to work.
Well, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen
Yes.
to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't
Yes,
talk.
I can.
All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
The bucket has a ton of uses. I can sit on it. Don't listen to the loud man. Seriously, wait, this is a different
He's
house.
not listening.
I think.
He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful
being
bucket.
mean.
This stupid hunk of metal.
I don't call him that. To ignore anyone in your life except for me? Whoa.
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket.
Shiny bucket.
I'll
It
give
is
it
very
this.
shiny.
The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
Heck yeah. You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Just X to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your
Hey,
average hardware store bucket.
back off of my
It's just a
bucket,
little more,
man.
What am I trying to say?
Get the fuck
Sturdy,
away from her.
More
Get the
capable of
fuck away from her.
transporting liquid. Like
Sorry.
it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
To relive the same day with me over and over.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's
I can
literally
walk through
just
this
a
chair.
bucket. Why do I feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Because it's way more than just a bucket. To go home to work, to home to work, to home.
Oh no. I'm having feelings for the bucket.
Back off of my bucket,
What's going
man.
on? Why do I want
What
to
is
be
going
with the
on?
bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand.
Do you understand?
Perhaps if I had the
You
bucket,
get what I mean
this
now.
would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket.
No.
Give it to me. Give me the
No.
bucket, Stanley.
No.
I need it. Give
No.
it to me now. Give
Close
it
your eyes.
or I'll...
Whoa. Go back to work, Stanley. Yes, sir, Mr. Bucket, sir. Whoa. It's different. Where's my bucket?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
There
Where
it
are
is.
we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him. Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office.
Hey.
Nothing responded to the
Welcome to
bucket's
the whiteboard
touch,
ending.
but it did little to discourage
Dog
Stanley's
mode?
belief in the magic of the bucket.
What the heck? What the heck? I don't want that on. I'm trying to get dog mode off. Okay. Other doors. Okay.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
No, we did not.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Yup.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room?
Yeah.
Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No, I didn't. I went
No,
onto.
said the bucket.
That scared me.
Don't go to the meeting room.
I need
go
to-
somewhere
hello,
else.
forever.
The cargo lift, yes. Go there.
I need to
Good.
go to
Said the
there.
bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything over here? No, there isn't. We're gonna go over here.
No, stop. Look there on the wall. You see, there's a sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point.
I don't
Stanley,
care.
how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here?
Because
What
I
if
need
the
to bring bro
problem
with
is
me.
that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket? I suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket.
I know what a bucket is.
Step in here for a moment.
Okay. Is this a bucket?
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket.
Okay.
Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin.
Oh yeah. Oh, that is a
Item
bucket.
1. Is this a bucket? Incorrect. It is a
Huh?
hologram of a bucket.
Are you
not an
for real,
actual bucket.
bro? That's crazy.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Incorrect.
What do you mean?
It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not
my
an actual
God.
bucket.
I'm gonna kill you. That's still a bucket, technically. Okay.
Item 3. Is this a bucket? Correct.
Hey.
This is a bucket.
I don't
Item
think that's a
4.
bucket.
Is this a bucket?
No.
Correct. This is a tractor and not a bucket.
No, that's
To
a
be
bucket
honest,
game.
I just sort of put this one in here as a gimme, but I was starting to get concerned that even this might be too much for you. Thank you for not making me look like an idiot. Okay,
You're
next
welcome.
one. Is this a bucket?
No.
Incorrect.
What do you mean?
This is a bucket.
How? Makes no sense.
Item
This is a
6.
bucket.
Is this a bucket?
Yes.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
What? How? What do you mean both? That is a bucket.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Almost 3 hours. This is my longest stream. Yes.
Okay,
What do you mean?
you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket.
I'm
when
sorry.
We both clearly know that a bucket is something. And therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight,
I'm
Stanley.
sorry. I'm
Do you
sorry.
believe that nothing is a bucket?
Yes.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket?
Yo, it is not that serious, bro.
Stanley,
Are
I
you-
can't keep doing this.
Yes.
I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I
What the
can't help
freak?
that. I'm sorry, but I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely.
No.
Okay, here we go. What happened? Is everything gone?
You erased the
Why did
game,
everything
bro.
disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket? Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And
Heck
you,
yeah.
Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? and we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person. All right, here we go.
Okay, I don't really know what else to do.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
Not that serious, bro.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well, no, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Yeah, the bucket
Stanley
was wrong.
took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
It's over here. Bro.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
No, we didn't. No. Actually, yeah, we're gonna go upstairs. There might be something that I missed. Oh, hey.
I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Let me sit on it. Hey, it's different. To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to pick up just one. Oh. Heck yeah, were we able to do this in the previous part? Whoa. He's singing. Is anything gonna happen? Oh. You see? Here, y'all hear it? Alright, you know what? I think I need to go to sleep. Quit the menu. Alright guys, I had a very fun time streaming. If you enjoyed, let me know. I probably am not gonna stream this game again. But, because it was just like gonna be a one-time thing. And I love y'all. Goodbye.